Vincent. I'm a citizen of the Cherokee Nation and want to welcome everyone to the Native American Summit 2025. And this is a time where we gather as a community and go to see our legislators, educate them, participate in the legislative process. We will have a celebration upstairs in the rotunda and also have some films here at the Illinois State Museum. So what I'd like to do is start with a prayer. Vincent Romero.
CAICC, Gaitawa Hoba, Stria, Tsiminahano, Kwekahano, Mini Wisha Hanoza, Sayayu, Sawani Baba, Goye Bonima, Gupina Chehoba, Kaoch. I ask the Creator to come down and be with us all in this house and to bless everybody for good thoughts and good work.
Thank you, Vincent. And now we would like to have an honor song. Thank you. Thank you very much. Today's event, the Native American Summit of 2025, is sponsored by the Chicago American Indian Community Collaborative. And I would like to invite our president, Jasmine Gurneau, to say a few words.
Poso Mawanoeak, Sagoli Sagweku, Jasmine Gurneau, Enekaswisian, Yago Jabale, Nyungyats. Hello, everyone. My name is Jasmine Gurneau. I'm a citizen of the Oneida Nation and a descendant of the Menominee Nation, and I'm very proud to serve as the board president for CAICC, what is affectionately referred to, the Chicago American Indian Community Collaborative. As someone who was born and raised in Illinois, I'm very proud to be serving in this capacity and to be joined by about 70 or so of my fellow community members here spending the day. And just here to say that we're still here in Illinois. We have a voice, we have a story to share, and that's what we'll be doing today, is sharing those stories with our legislators and leaders to help them and help others throughout the state be in right relationship with Indigenous peoples and the territories who we're on. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Jasmine. And next, I would like to introduce the chairman of the Potawatomi Band, the Prairie Band Potawatomi Nation.
There we go.
I'm sorry. I'm in awe of royalty
yeah,
here,
okay.
so really
No, no,
appreciate
no,
this.
no.
So please, Chairman, would
All
like
right.
to hand it over to you.
You bet, you bet. Thank you for having me, and I'm glad that we got this set up. Thanks to CAICC for getting this Native American Legislation Day started. We always start off in a good way here, and I'm thankful that everyone can make it down here today. As we know, that all tribal nations are really working towards this time here that we have, and it's challenging for many of us. We see some of the turmoil, upset across Indian country, and we hope and we pray that our leaders, those elected that are there to pass those laws and to make sure that our lives are good, look at us with a hopeful eye to make sure that we can carry on. I know that it seems challenging right now, but remember where we come from. We've been through so many different termination era, relocation era, different things like that, boarding schools. So we can get through this as well. So I hope and pray that the Creator listens to our prayers, ask Him to follow along with all of our Indian people, wherever they may be, and to help us out and our leaders to do what they can. I hope miigwech.
Thank you, Chairman. I don't know if people realize what a historic event this is for the Prairie Band Potawatomi Nation. If anyone wants to look at perseverance, of staying after a goal, sticking to it, they really exemplify that. Their lands were illegally sold over 175 years ago. They have pressured and constantly made the effort to have that land returned. And that happened just this last year, this last spring. Everyone is so pleased, so proud, and happy. So for the chairman to be here and to assist in the opening of the House, again, this is a historic occasion. We are so glad to be here, and congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
I would like to introduce one of our premier supporters, Representative Maurice West. We can't say enough of how much he's helped our community, our people, and Representative West.
Good afternoon, everyone. I am so thankful to be here with my friends. We've been working on various legislation that impacted the Native American community for years. And as the chairman was speaking, one thing that comes to mind is the fact I went to the Prairie Band Potawatomi Tribes powwow a couple years ago. My 2-year-old daughter was there. During the time, there was a time where you dance in a circle. My baby girl was dancing all up in the middle of the circle. And everyone was okay with that. But the part that really resonated with me, Mr. Johnson mentioned how 175 years ago, the federal government, our country, took the land. Before we started the powwow, we did a land acknowledgement and we gave honor and reverence to the United States flag and those who served. This is not a land grab. This is not what we're trying to do. All the various bills that you see, that not only myself, but my friend and colleague, Representative Favorite Dias, and others are working on. It's simply helping a community of people who feel a certain amount of being less than to others. This is just acknowledging and empathizing with the rear view mirror that the Native American peoples have, the mirror of their land being taken away, the rear view mirror of the way of life and the culture that they have being stolen from them. And I may not be a Native American myself, but I'm a Black man. I can empathize just based on my rearview mirror as well, the history that I look at.
Yep.
Every piece of legislation that we brought forth so far was done with grace. It was done with not saying we want to take it back. It was done with education and also correction. And that's what I'm thankful for with my friends here. So to CAICC, to Mr. Johnson, to Chairman Rupnick, to everyone who's here at noon, we're going to go up to the rotunda and do a ceremony there as well. Hope you will join us. But I thank you all. This would not be successful without you, not me, without you. I told my friends here when we put together our working group a couple years ago, consider me the chauffeur. You tell me which way to drive. And if I want to go right and you telling me to go left, then I'm going left, because this is your voice that needs to be heard under this dome. So I'm really thankful for all of you who are here, and especially to my friends who are here. And I hope that you all enjoy your day. I hope that you are able to talk to as many legislators as possible, to build a relationship and help give them the understanding that we have a lot of work to still do. And so I'm here with you as long as my community allows me to come down here. I will stand in solidarity with you as well. So thank you for this opportunity.
Thank you, Representative West. And he lives up to his word. This is a man who exudes grace and honor and is able to show his strength and support for our people. So thank you. Thank you so very, very much. We would like to speak about some of the legislation that is in front of the House right now. And so I would like to invite Dr. Megan Bang to come up and say a few words.
Bonjour, my name is Megan, and I'm here today to talk a little bit about House Bill 1237. I'm an educator, but I'm also a mom and an auntie and a relative to children. And this House bill is really focused on prohibiting the use of Native names, logos, or mascots in schools. And I want to tell you why this is important, but I want to emphasize that this is about what's in schools. One of the things that I think immediately as people hear about a mascot issue, they go to all the other places that mascots are in and can think about this debate. And while there's lots more to debate about that, I want to be clear that we're after getting rid of mascots in K-12 schools. The reason this matters is that I can decide to not be a fan of a major league sports team that has a mascot. But we have compulsory attendance laws in the United States, which means that our children and our families end up in schools and don't actually have the same choices. And so the presence of mascots in schools is actually a really serious issue about whether our families and kids have the same choices that we think maybe broader public should have about this issue. That's the nicest way to put this. What I really want to talk about, though, is that this bill is creating equitable learning environments for everybody. And I want people to understand that there is a mountain of evidence over the last 20 years demonstrating that Native logos and mascots actually harm Native children. There is consequential links between the presence of mascots and things like youth anxiety, suicidation, feelings of smartness, and the presence of mascots actually increase the amount of stereotyping of Native people, both by young people, so kids' peers in classrooms, but also by educators. I am thrilled by the state's movement to require that children have to learn about Native people in our school systems. We are one of 12 states, maybe 13 now, that actually have this kind of law. So we're making really amazing progress on it. But there is a lot of education still to do. We have an entire school system that actually didn't grow up learning about Native people, didn't grow up learning about our true stories, didn't grow up learning about who we actually are now. And the presence of mascots is actually better distributed in the state of Illinois schools than the distribution of curriculum about us. So for us, this bill really represents the next stage in our state doing right by Native people and ensuring that Native children actually can thrive in our state. I want to say that this should be enough. it should be enough that we raise that there is something systemic happening in our school systems that harms our children that is pretty easy to stop, actually. It's not that hard a thing to stop. But I will tell you that sometimes that's not sufficient. And in this case, it's important for everyone to understand that the presence of Native mascots and logos actually is correlated with the increase of racist attitudes towards other groups as well. And part of the reason that it's important for everyone to understand that is that kids are smart. That when they understand that the dehumanization of one group makes it allowable to dehumanize everyone. And I think in Illinois, we are doing remarkable things to recognize that we are in a time where standing up to say that all people should be treated with humanity and dignity is required. And if we're really serious about continuing to hold that line here in the state of Illinois, then this mascot is a way to demonstrate that commitment and a way to demonstrate our commitment to the ongoing thriving of Native kids. So I just want to say for everyone here that I hope that we can in my family, we talk about putting our grown-up pants on about hard issues, to recognize that often we slip to it being the massive issue that it is all over. And for this bill is about K-12 and making sure that our young people are in safe environments. And it really shouldn't be that hard to stand up for. So I want to thank Representative West and for all of our friends here for standing with us about this and continuing to recognize that creating safe schools for young people should be an easy choice. Miigwech.
Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Ban. And want to say that we do have many supporters within the legislature, within the House of Representatives. And I would like to invite Representative Laura Favor-Diaz to the microphone to say a few words.
Good morning, everyone. It is such an honor to be here with you all today. I'm so excited about Native American Summit Day. I first met Andrew. It was one of my first committees as a freshman when Rep. West was presenting the bill to require Native American history be taught in schools. I'm a former high school public history teacher, and I thought this is not required. It's something that I had always done. It had always been a part of my classroom. It's where we started our history, and I was shocked to know it was not in state statute. And so now I want to talk about House Bill 1237, which is another important and great piece of legislation my friend Leader West is running. Like I said, I'm a former public school teacher. I actually taught in a K-12 public high school that had an offensive mascot. It was a caricature of a Native American. And I saw firsthand the divisiveness that it created within our school and within the broader community. Just like Dr. Banks said, our public schools should be, especially here in Illinois, should be a place where every student feels valued, safe, and affirmed. And when these racist mascots are present, we know, just as Dr. Banks said, it negatively impacts Indigenous students' self-esteem, their belief in their community, and their belief in their own ability to achieve. We also know that, just like Dr. Banks said, it also, because this research is everywhere, it also increases divisive and racist attitudes among the student body. The purpose of a mascot is to create pride and foster a strong sense of community, but these mascots do the exact opposite. The Illinois School for the Visually Impaired, who had a racist mascot, has led the way, and they voluntarily did it. But Leader West has to carry this bill because that's not being done throughout the rest of the state. And so we need to make sure that all of our students feel safe and have and feel affirmed within the school, which they have to go to every day. I look forward to continuing to work with Leader West on moving this legislation forward. As a public school teacher, as a mom, as a human being, it is the right thing to do, and the time is now to do it. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I think we'd like to move on to a little bit different of an area and talk about the successes that we've had. And with Bill 1633 that was passed a couple of years ago for mandating Native American education, I would like to introduce Erin Golding, who is the head chair of our education committee within CAICC. Erin.
Nyaweskano, My name is Aaron Golding. I'm a member of the Seneca Nation Beaver Clan, and I am the co-chair for the Education Committee of the Chicago American Indian Community Collaborative. I want to start by saying we applaud Representative West and others for helping pass HB 1633 in 2023, which mandates teaching about Native American sovereignty and self-determination, both historically and in the present day, with a focus on urban Native Americans throughout our public schools. Why was this needed? Well, 87% of state history standards across the country only require teaching about Native Americans prior to 1900. This means that throughout the country, the majority of students in public schools only learn about our history in relationship to the westward expansion of the United States. Our contemporary presence is rendered invisible in our schools. Of those that responded to a recent survey from ISB, the Illinois State Board of Education, 86% of educators in Illinois are unaware of Native nations, communities, or programs in the state. And 77% of educators also indicated that they didn't learn or learned very little about Native history during their pre-service training. What does this mean? Well, it means that when we again stand up, as we have in the past, to advocate for a ban on stereotypes and psychologically harmful mascots in our public schools, a request that, the data suggests affects all students, our voices and expertise on these issues are ignored. See, when people are taught about our history prior to 1900 only, without an understanding of our contemporary experiences over the most recent 125 years, and recent's pretty loosely said there, it's easy to dismiss us as ghosts of the past whose needs don't matter today. So what do we need? We know that standards are not enough, which we can confirm by looking at other states. If our teachers aren't learning about us in their pre-service programs and have only a pre-1900 understanding of our history, then how do we expect them to accurately and effectively teach about us throughout history and into the present? And 88% of educators in Illinois report that Native Americans are not being included or barely being included in their school's equity work. I know we have amazing teachers throughout Illinois and that are more than willing to engage in this work. But we need funding to implement a broad range of professional development opportunities for in-service and pre-service teachers and administrators to learn pedagogical strategies to effectively teach with and about us. We need a more inclusive demographic count so that our Native American students stop getting lost in the data or are simply relegated to an other category, which I don't think anyone wants to be called. We need our districts and teachers and our agencies throughout the state to begin to see us in their classrooms and their programs. We need to ban the use of harmful and racist mascots in our K-12 schools where kids don't have a choice to see them or not, including those that disparage the disability community. And we need to allow Indigenous languages to satisfy language requirements to graduate high school so that our children are able to reclaim their native language, which for generations was taken away from us at the hands of the federal boarding school system. With these changes, the future of our Native children and our families throughout Illinois becomes much brighter. Yahweh, thank you.
My goodness, Aaron, thank you. That was very, very well said. And to speak of another issue that is facing Indian country is with our Indian children. And I would like to invite Ellen Williams, who is an ICWA advocate, to say a few words.
Sagoli. Good morning. My name is Ellen Williams. I am a lifelong Illinois resident, born and raised in Chicago's Native community. My family comes from a reservation right outside Green Bay, Wisconsin called the Oneida Nation. I grew up at the very beginning of the Indian Child Welfare Indian Child Welfare Act, 1978, which was a newly federal statute that passed to serve as a protective measure to stop Native children from being removed from their families at alarming rates. As many as 1/3 of all Native children were removed from their homes by both state and private agencies. Majority of these children were being placed in homes far from their families and communities. This mass family separation resulted in devastating losses for individuals, families, and tribes. It is critical to understand that this was not the first assault on our families. It was the era and practice that emerged after boarding schools in which Native children were violently removed from families and communities and placed in schools intended to strip us of our cultures, our languages, our identities, our sovereignty. ICWA gave us protections from the ongoing, ICWA gives us protections from the ongoing assaults to our existence as Native people and recognized our political status as sovereign nations. This distinction is what is continuously attacked on a federal level. Whether or not our sovereignty, our treaties, and the basis of the U.S. Constitution, Illinois Constitution, will honor its own laws. Despite the many protections ICWA provides and the fact that it is considered the gold standard of child welfare policy by national child advocacy organizations across the country, it is constantly being threatened or is not honored or supported in state and local infrastructure and practice. Our caseworkers often don't know about Native people, our judges, our policymakers, and often our families don't know that they have rights and protections that often are not upheld. We need your support to codify ICWA into a state law to continue to work toward keeping our Native families intact and ensuring our state enacts excellence in child welfare. ICWA is near and dear to my heart. I grew up in the 80s. My mom did ICWA work right after it had passed. As a kid, I was accustomed to hosting new children in our home on the regular. I never knew who was going to be at our dinner table that evening. Usually on a Friday evening. Many of those became my short-term siblings. As I am an only child, I still have relationships with many of them. And so growing up this way really impacted who I am and the reason why I am now a licensed foster parent to 2 beautiful children. Actually, one's adopted, and they're right out here. Our state has not done right by Native people. This is your opportunity to change that state history and stand up for Native families and communities, even when others may not. Thank you.
Thank you, Ellen. Ellen is truly an advocate for all children and Indian children. I think I'd like to we'll wrap things up here a little bit, but on a positive note. I think it's part of many Natives' DNA is reciprocity, is giving back and helping others. And I think there's an individual here who really has exemplified that, is exemplifying that, and has going to tell you about a recent success here. I'd like to introduce Shelley Tucciarelli. She's the president of Visionary Ventures. And Shelley.
Shikoli. Hello, everyone. What a special day today. I would like to thank the Creator for bringing us all together. As Andrew said, I'm Shelley Tucciarelli, and I'm a proud member of the Oneida Nation of Wisconsin Turtle Clan. And I just wanted to say that I serve as the president and executive director for Visionary Ventures. We're a Native American nonprofit, and Visionary Ventures is co-developing with another nonprofit the first affordable housing development for Native American that's reaching out and targeting the Native American community in Chicago. We are furthering affirmative marketing by reaching out to the most underserved community in Chicago. There will be 45 units of 100% affordable housing units, and they will be studios all the way up to 3 bedrooms because we want to provide that intergenerational component. The site is at 2909 West Irving Park Road in the Albany Park neighborhood of Chicago. We chose this location because it's close to our American Indian Center. It's close to our American Indian Health Services. It's also close to the St. Kateri Center that provides youth and elder services. And we're also close to the Chicago River. Water is life for our community. We worked, in order to name this development, we worked with the Potawatomi linguist, and the name of the development is Jigsabik, and that means at the river's edge. Our project was approved on Monday through the City of Chicago's Finance Committee. And we're hoping we're hoping that it goes through full city council today. We will finalize our closing process by May, end of May, and we will be having a huge groundbreaking ceremony in the first couple weeks of June. So we're very excited about this project. This is truly history in the making for our community, and we are so happy to have all of our community be part of this. They help to actually design and provide what services we will for the building. Thank you so much.
Right. Thank you, Shelley. It is truly an honor to be a part of the Native American community. I know I won the DNA lotto, so I give my thanks every day. And really want to thank you all for coming here. Here, we will be having a celebration up in the rotunda later. We are all excited about witnessing Chairman Rupnick in the House and helping with the opening. I am humbled and honored to be with people that stand up here and work for others. They give back and they live up to the honor of our ancestors. So I want to thank everyone, and we'd like to close with a song.
Mr. Johnson, I said 12 o'clock is the drumming on the rotunda. It's not 12 o'clock. I forgot. 12:30, right?
12. Yes.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Yes. So Chairman Rupnick opening at 12 o'clock, and then 12:30 there in the rotunda.
On schedule.
I'm on a tight schedule.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Would like to open it up to any questions that anybody might have.
You looked pretty emotional throughout the whole press conference. Do you want to explain why you feel so strongly about this event?
Well, a good book, a good movie, I cry at a heartbeat. That's just who I am. But like I said at the beginning, I built a relationship with many people who are here. And when I went to that Potawatomi tribe powwow, the biggest takeaway wasn't just me and my family embracing the culture, but the fact, in spite of the history, there's still a respect for our country. I bring that up because a lot of conversations I've had with some people, they feel otherwise just based on what we've been conditioned to believe, from movies. It was mentioned that we don't hear the history post 1900. So a lot of our conversation and rhetoric is focused around that. So the fact that this community, this Native American community, has a desire to be recognized, but at the same time appreciate the country that we're currently in, that shows a high level of maturity, and I'm just thankful for that. So that's why the tears were flowing.
Okay, want to thank everybody for coming here. Again, please join us up in the house and in the rotunda.
I did. We showing the same issue 5 and every.
Jeez. So you good at it, I tell you.